Hello, Bernard Trottier here, Member of Parliament for Etobicoke Lakeshore, and welcome to In the Hot Seat, the video companion to the Lakeshore Link. It's the end of January and the House is back in session. It's been a great December, January. I was able to wrap up some business at the middle of December around the budget. As you know, we passed the second phase of the Budget Implementation Act. That's the Spring 2012 budget, which had a June Implementation Act phase as well as a December Implementation Act. So it was a comprehensive and coherent budget in many ways, all fit together, looking at top-line growth in the face of the global economic crisis. And that's why it was some pretty important measures were put in place to ensure job creation and investment, and we've been pretty successful as a country in doing that. About 900,000 new jobs since the depths of the recession in 2009. And we've really led the G7 and most of the developed world when it comes to job creation and growth. So we've been taking some important steps in the right direction, and we're looking forward to an even better 2013. I should mention in December I had a very good time meeting with stakeholders that I hadn't had a chance to meet with in the previous few weeks, and it was a really rewarding time for me. And then I was able to spend the holiday season with my family in Etobicoke Lakeshore, and it was delightful. And also thank you to those of you who came to my January 1st New Year's levy. It's a fine old Upper Canadian tradition, and was happy to see you on New Year's Day, and looking forward to hosting New Year's Day levies in the future also. I should mention that I had the opportunity in January to do some other stakeholder meetings, including a pre-budget consultation meeting with the Canada-Ukraine Chamber of Commerce, which is an interesting group of entrepreneurs and business people doing work around the GTA and actually in some cases around the world, and had some very innovative and thoughtful ideas on ways we can further create jobs and growth in Canada. So likewise, if you have any pre-budget ideas that you'd like to send me, please go to my website at bernardtrottiermp.ca and submit any ideas you might have, and I'd like to look at those, and perhaps we could have a discussion about those. I should mention in January I had further stakeholder meetings with a variety of different business and community groups, and it was just a wonderful time. And then I had a week in January where I went on a parliamentary trip to Guatemala and El Salvador. And one of the reasons is I've got an ongoing interest in development issues. It's very important for Canada to play a role in various parts of the world. And in those countries, including, and as well as with Honduras, there's some major criminal justice challenges that they've got in those countries. And so CIDA, the Canadian International Development Agency, is making some significant investments in those countries to strengthen their police systems, their ability to prosecute criminals, and their overall criminal justice system. So it's rewarding to see that on those fronts. And we're also doing some important things with respect to maternal health and food security in those countries. And back in session now, the focus for the new year is, as always, the topmost item is the economy, making sure that Canada stays strong and creates these opportunities for people of all ages in this country. But we're also looking to strengthen certain measures that we have in place for families, making it easier for families to raise children and look after, in some cases, elderly people. We want to make sure that the streets and communities remain safe, and strengthening some of the criminal code and other items of our criminal justice system to make sure that this continues to be one of the safest countries in the world. And then finally, we're going to be doing some things to make sure that the financial security of Canadians is looked after. And this has to do with financial literacy and ensuring that we've got mechanisms in place for people to save for their retirement, and making sure that the programs we've got in place are sustainable for the long term. So that's kind of the priorities for the new session of Parliament. If you have any questions you'd like to submit, please do so, again, at the website. I'd like to answer questions via the on the hot seat segment. And then I should alert you to the fact I'm going to have a skating party on February 23rd at the MasterCard Centre at 2:15 p.m. So everybody's welcome. Hopefully we can have a good skate and get a chance to talk to you there. So once again, thank you for your attention, and I look forward to talking to you in the near future.